Njabala, the beautiful and lazy girl. A long time ago, there lived a very hard-working man who married a woman in a village far away. They lived happily together and eventually gave birth to a baby girl whom they named Njabala. Njabala grew up to be the most beautiful girl in the village. Her parents loved her so much. They pampered her in every possible way. From expensive jewelry to the cutest dresses, she got it all. Her mother, in particular, also never wanted the beautiful daughter to do any housework. So, Njabala didn't know how to cook, wash clothes, dig, or even clean the house, because her mother felt she was too beautiful. Njabala grew up in a life of bliss until one day her father went hunting in a neighboring village and never returned. His disappearance devastated the mother so much that she fell sick and eventually died. Njabala stayed home, lonely by herself, until the village elders decided she was ripe for marriage. These village elders got together for a meeting and got her a man to get married to. Hesitantly, Njabala agreed. Njabala's husband had other wives, but they welcomed her and made her life very comfortable during the honeymoon, because they did everything for her, including the house chores. But soon, the good times came to an end, and it was time for her to do her own chores. Njabala was given a bush to cultivate and make into her own garden. She was allocated 2 days in a week for cooking by her co-wives, along with other homely things for her to do. Poor Njabala, she couldn't do anything for herself. She couldn't even light firewood to prepare food or carry a pot on her head without breaking it, because her mother had never taught her these chores. Every time she cooked, she burnt the food. Every chore she did it wrong. Njabala's world became dark and very cold. As a result, her husband became very angry with her, and he beat and abused her, while the other co-wives laughed. One day in the garden, Njabala started crying and sang out to her mother to come and see what she had done to her by not teaching her how to do house chores. The girl cried so much that the ghost of her mother appeared. When the ghost showed up, she started showing Njabala how to do her chores while singing. Njabala, 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 Jolin Sansa Moko Njabala. Njabala, 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 don't let your husband find me, Njabala. Abakazi balima bati, Njabala. This is how women plow, Njabala. Abakazi balima bati, Njabala. This is how women plow, Njabala. Njabala, 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 Tolin Sansa Muko Njabala. Njabala, 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 don't let your husband find me, Njabala. Abakazi bafum babati, Njabala. This is how women cook, Njabala. Abakazi bafum babati, Njabala. This is how women cook, Njabala. The ghost of Njabala's mother went on like this, while showing the spoiled girl how to do all her house chores. This routine continued for some days, and the following days were brighter for Njabala. Her husband was so happy, and he thought his disciplinary actions towards her had worked. He was so pleased because the garden looked nice, the food was cooked, and all her other chores were done. He thanked her and gave her presents, and Njabala became the favorite wife among the co-wives. One evening, however, when the husband returned home early to meet his beloved wife, he got the shock of his life. He saw a ghost digging their garden while Njabala was sitting down. Frightened, he immediately ran to the neighbors, calling them to come and see his wife, the witch. The neighbors came and helped him chase away Njabala from the village. Njabala cried as she ran for her life, carrying only what she could on her back. Because she was the only child of her parents, she should have inherited all of their wealth. But no one talked about this. Instead, the orphaned Njabala wandered around, homeless and with no money. The end.